plugged in, watching it all unfold right here in across every sector on your super dial.
Emergency call can save lives. In times of your home, office, or neighborhood, what do you do in case of a crime? So, in case of an accident, if someone is unconscious by calling the emergency toll-free line on 1. Now, here is what to do when you come back so the personnel can contact you if needed. Emergency line as OAX calls delay. Call 767 or 112 in an emergency. This message is brought to you.
Good evening to you. Welcome to the Situation Room live on Milan 98.3. I'm sure a lot of cars also this morning and issues around a public mind, the progress of keeping Lagos. That Lagos experience wave it away. Don't think it's none of my business. Sometimes when wrongly built, maybe our consequences of those things are a basic reflection of how the entire country is. A compliment of the season, because some of the stores, I always trust Nigerians that in the midst of some, but more than anything, all strange faces and unknown, a candidate rather of any major political party presidential election, and he is a man that is never shy away from getting involved when it comes to conversations around our nation democracy. Prince Adewale Adebayo is live with us on the show today to help the major opposition parties in Nigeria. He's also, and then we begin to count down to 20 of harvest at 20 that a few other governors could also join into the All Progressive Congress. And whether we like to admit it or not, the opposition plays a major role in how, and of course, he's always been in the news. We say a lot of things on the show today. I'm excited. Good to have you join us on the show. That's Nigeria. How positive are you?
By God's mercy, afloat. And I believe that leadership will.
Mention right as regards leadership in this country. You've always been Kaftan TV. I've had a couple of things to these, also from Ondo State. Let's talk about two things that you just talked about right now. You talked about leadership issues, around how demanding from there, sir.
To show, to point to where you are going. Let my people fail, to let my people go. Moments of difficulty, that the one who would show, and so leaders take care of the vehicle, go to the airport to board a flight. First, knows the rules about safety. Put on your seatbelt, put on the plane, the technology in the country. The person who is going to be the captain of the aircraft, so how are you going to fly the plane? And imagine a plane that is taking the types of the board. That plane will never take off. It will take off, but the poor leadership, a poor followership, as a country, as a people, to none. Second to none. And I repeat, long overdue to rule the world, to leave your problem. Call on Nigeria. It is a question, and because the amount of resource generation be great. So when people say they are ruining Nigeria, they are misruling Nigeria, they are only wasting their own generation. Because Nigeria cannot be country, brigandage, has not taken 1%, they will waste their time, they will die. That generation, when you look at that, is that I want this generation, my generation of the country, that will be the one that will usher Nigeria cannot fail. I can tell you that. So that way, you spoil the law and make that success.
Even before the 2020, and one of the lines that caught my attention holds the key to the steady growth, to the steady progress that we may ever show. We need to get it right. But it's like the younger generation that we have divided along different lines, ethnic lines of what the future would get from today.
We should stop it, and you are useful. David, at the tender, young at military school, go to the end, you can be a governor at 28 and do justice to save this country and the young people. Cooperate and to identify embrace of science, technology, engineering, math, and all the have mastered those things. And one president and all of that, that you and to come out and intersect that with clear vision. It is not something you will sit there at home and be reading. No, it's something you will go and build. Drones, and coding AUVs, radiologists at the age of 21. You can be a and all of that. So there is nothing young people cannot do. You can, Enugu, so we can take control of our National Assembly and the presidency. Just relax. We get it. Just the same way them leadership now. There's no family that doesn't know that if you mix up your password, the technology, I will know what to do. With that mindset that I'm coming to dedicate my life and I'm coming to sneaking into poverty. The average age in Nigeria is 18. The average reach. So, well, was big. The politics at that time was up to a holding important. And from your introduction, it was the young people where most of my ancestors, when they got to my, some of the Kakanvos were, when she was the ruling Zaria, Zozo mean well for you. Look at the new law being passed in NYC. They want it, it's always afraid. They spend 2 years. So you realize it, you who govern are your attributes of youthfulness. There it goes without saying.
Let's move away a bit. Was the 2020? We're looking at 2020. So let's get straight up into this. Between 2023 and 2025 of our public infrastructures, let me go open now. How would you rate the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the man you also ran against Nigeria?
Based on the condition of Nigerian people, one, Nigerians don't feel safe. At home, Nigerians don't feel safe. Whether they are inside their seat, along the roads are not safe for motoring, potholes, and beggars. They are not safe in the night from bandits. So the country governed by his own father. And you will see the National Assembly are shouting that their police. So there's no debating that. It's a failure. How are people feeling? Ask any Nigerian, are you better off to that regard too? He accelerated that poverty. It's costlier to clothe yourself. Now, is it easier to do business? No. Is it easier to? No. Is it easier to get promotion at the job? So, in terms of the economy, do you have more opportunities in the economy? No. For example, lower tuition. The rate of your NEL fund, so you are not number one Onígbèsè students. And the laboratory reformed. So failure, this is malaria, typhoid, diabetes, hypertension. Is what I'm feeling unwell, but I need 5,000 to go to the hospital. When they get there, they find out that the money is not enough. Agricultural produce is not increasing because most of our farmland now have a bag of beans. Of Trump, and this is the land of command of Trump. Shows that they were just in willful disobedience of Nigerians generally, all over the country, showing their various experiences. Trump just sending a tweet, the whole government, to the cries of Nigerians that the solutions to our problems are available, and our leaders are not as competent as they look, but they are indifferent. That you can withdraw 100,000 plus actively and waste travelers. So that is why they are praying that they are building. Now, just a bunch of people is not interested in managing inflation and in Nigeria. The government will make a thief out of you. Because anybody who works and cannot survive, to make sure that a man can say, the transportation, who is secretary, the people who work for the president, and there's no way you can convince me that is in your hand that does not come from your side. And this, so if you can't succeed, roaming the streets 10 times, 100 times, sometimes 1 million stability, has said going to Cancun. Yes, everybody is paying money they cannot you and demand for money. Bank, you want to withdraw 3 million, they will tell you no. There's Kumu. There's limit, you cannot withdraw. But bandits are collecting cash. Who is collecting the cash from them? And that's that. The bottom line is that Tinubu has to use the resources campaign so that where all politics is, and that is why he couldn't appoint ambassadors for Nigeria until we started. So this level of seriousness has never been seen before. Yes, Tinubu knows that Buhari was a disaster, but he was one of those who bought Buhari anyway. Tinubu has now shown to us I was highly disappointed. And good luck, going to be a hero soon, because okay, if we didn't die under Jonathan, this we are talking about. Where Jonathan assumed power. Been ruined by himself for 3 reasons. That we owe a duty to draw his attention less for the better, that he and his colleagues are. If we plead with them, it will give a relief to our people tremendously. And anything they do to give a relief to our pair of people to campaign, they cannot use the safety and confidence to point to policies that they can take. However much you lay their bed for them, they are going to use their hand to scatter it. As brilliant people, even within their own, by taxing them to censor people who would just be part that can serve Nigeria in every aspect of their lives. So this is the reason why we think that Nigerians need to be out. Tinubu goes and generation, same orientation in there. So we need to make sure that it's a departure and lack of patriotism.
To sit back and reflect on how we've managed ourselves. But let me take it back. You should thrive. Around the 2020 wrangling, for instance, in to Enugu, to Bayel party, after saying conversation of Aᴅᴇᴡᴏ, they came in through your own party. When the vehicle at which the coalition also fell apart and it became a whole lot of, how much have you failed Nigerians in putting the government of today on their...
So there's no weak and there's no show the alternative that we have and provide solutions. We also need to take town crier or an association dog that is perpetually went to every village in Nasarawa providing medical care to the people. And we are doing that across the country. Presidential system voting there. But in the presidential system and the implication of different government next time not come by 3 following factors. 1, now who used to be coalition as one. Point pretending to be different. What's an assembly? Because they behave the same way. So Nigeria is having the luck that President Tinubu has come to gather all to make a choice between the people and their oppressors. The line is SDP. Nothing collapsed. We just said we didn't want them. If you say that you don't want cancer of a tiger, you're going to hit salient question. We reviewed or go back to PDP. We want. You cannot expect anything other than what is happening. Limited ideological suicide. A farmers' party, a working class party, and your candidate said, "I will remove some subsidy on day one," and he has the same policies as the because the candidate, Tenant Usman, good Lord Jonathan, for, and then repeat within 1 year, like PRP of Aminu Kano, like SDP, they are supposed to work together. Whereas reactionary parties doing that is causing friction. It is this try to adjust yourself so that you go to your ideological brethren, and you go to your own ideological brethren. Then Nigerian people can make a choice between the status quo, the oppressive ruling class, and the squarely. We're lining up better. Politics of big men, they should join APC. So wherever Nigerians see APC, that is where they will see. So the president, they've worked together before. Anybody who says same history, you know, you have Nigerian people. We're not doing money politics. We're not doing ethnic politics. We're not doing regional politics. Anti-corruption. We're using no money politics. We're every big man, people.
These issues of coalition maybe political parties that probably share like minds. Secondly, let me put it to you today straight up. Prince Adewale, and would you still remain the presidential candidate of
that? And I'm preparing for that. So help me, a conspiracy against Nigerian people. If the coalition is coalition with labor, with the downtrodden, coalition with, to restore to them their in power, and for the government to serve the Nigerian part on the Commonwealth of Nigeria, activists in the past. They are now the one presiding over aviation, where I go to school. They are now the one presiding over housing, where the housing is above the reach of their own country. So, he has to go and borrow money. Other will sell the land for him to buy. Did not include us. I cannot form coalition with someone who says, I'm going to form Nigerian Air Nigeria, wall up the billions. Because I am now fighting Tinubu, therefore, I must go and join Alibaba and 40 Thieves. Coalition with opposition people together in SDP. People have, and so I will go, who works in the train, looks like we didn't join them. It's not as if we don't want cooperation. I announced. The politician is happy. And that's so well. We don't want to do work to that. 2020, they have not finished. Their first budget is 2023. They've not implemented it. And they're already borrowing 17. Is this how bad our policies are? When this so-called package himself, I don't expect it to be kind of concealed and self-centeredness to the people. We don't want to pander to them. We don't want to bribe where you are. What choices? We don't want to say, oh, we too will go and steal money. We are different and we are separate. Where is the expertise? What is the expertise if you cannot keep children stolen from their hostels? What is the right from another government department to release budget money? It's against the law. Super vagabond. And that is why we are fighting. And it's our own finger. We are going for prosperity to this country.
The issue of insecurity and the security. We inherited issues, whatever nomenclature we choose to call them. 16-year-old kinetic means there's been peace deals, amnesty, the kidnapping, Niger State, the kidnapping.
What I will have done different, I will put people, according to love of the people is in their heart. I said it to his face. When you form a kidnappers because it is profitable, are in a hurry to raise money and governments have gone to run for government, they are looking for the end goal of getting money. So, then the government is using that as an look at them. Look at those tattered toys. They call it anti-aircraft nonsense. A Nigerian army will wipe them out. But they act under command. And if the government is once it's something to prolong, they will be in the spending spree. Okay, I brought him back. The Nigerian government can capture anybody. Before this program finished, the terrorists in their state, from Carlos, they realized that if they decide to waste all your money in the name of security, you can't. Of the people they cannot complain. So arrangement, I can tell you that. I've understudied it, I've seen it, and I've given many interviews. God's grace will end it. Because we are not going to be profiting from the blood of the people. The Nigerian Civil War lasted 3 years. Even the Civil War,
they wanted it to prolong.
And now they have now mastered it now to prolong black on black. These are our own brothers in your neighborhood. I keep saying to Nigerian people, they have to realize that all the many generals who retired, none of them. So while we pretending that we don't know that our government that is doing subsidy, they will use anything. That is why they are the owners of all those rata. Them, they are very strong. I don't know if 1% whole Nigerian army, a general will be captured. Where? How can a general be captured with private captains under him? You cannot be a big. So please, these people are joking with their money. It's not money. Money of the poor. And that is why many have not been ending well. When I'm on TV, I'm always looking them in the eye. You who say you are a bandit, operate with you. You are going to leave this country. And our people are going to live in peace.
A strong commitment, Prince Adewale Adebayo. And I'm sure to what you just said. And I think it's a huge commitment that Nigerians, every government at every level, is the safety and the welfare of the people. Now, there were times where you can just wake up one day and your business, you're back to Lagos. What should Nigerians be expecting from you and your party as we prepare for 20 Paris by next year? What are we expecting from your party, the SDP?
What you expect is of the country, because we're looking for power. We will bring good people and make it good. That's what you expect from us. We are bringing a clean process, and we are going to fight for you and to give us authority. We will start doing justice from day one. We'll do justice with the biggest, not the money they are stealing. Because Nigeria is so rich now, you cannot steal Nigeria. It's like a person who is good at doing is they are stealing lifetimes of people to bring out their best talent and beautify. Either they chase them physically away, or they chase their mind away from Nigeria, they the country. They believe that they cannot write an exam, give them success. So you say it's a permanent miracle. To be born in Nigeria is all the miracles. We will say, oh my God. So these people have joined them. With leadership, the way they can trust. And when they look at our face, and not money, not position, and anybody who's laughing at Nigeria today will come back and say, you guys, as our fathers fail, our uncles fail, our aunties fail, that thing that's making
by Adewale are those that should be invited, spoken well. That is today from every political party now have a chance to win. To your guest, we'll look out for him ahead of the 2027. It is now left for we. Let me see. Prince Adebayo, I don't know if you would permit me to keep you on the line for a couple of 0410 the 2023 presidential candidate of the air in 2027 again. But let's talk to him real quick. Hello, good evening.
Like I always tell you, this kind of people that are food. More grace to yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, let's do this real quick. Hello, good evening. Be really tough trying to get up on the conversation today, but with Prince Adewale Adebayo, the 2023 presidential candidate of the. Hello. Okay, this one says, good evening to you, but thank you for the guest that you brought to the show today. You spoke the mind of Nigerians. If only our politicians can list ones and twos, they will surely get there. Thank you very much. And that is Ayola from Egbeda. Let me read more messages here. Thank you. This one says, your guest spoke well, but truth be told, with the kind of politics that this one says, good evening to you, Mainland FM. Thank you very much for the quality of the guest that you brought today. You spoke very well. On the other side of it, the security challenges that we have today is a business, and the political class are benefiting from it, just like your guest said. May God help us. Let me pick a couple of more calls.
Okay. You see, okay, all what your guest said, there is nothing different with everything. He talk as if he's advocate of good governance or whatever. But here we are. So I don't think that what can he do different with this president? You understand? You understand? To be the next president. So for me, I think that is his calculation on that. If he can support someone from London, I'm satisfied.
Facebook says, Mr. Adebayo has spoken well. President is a Yoruba man.
Some of the first I thank everyone for the post in Nigeria can do what is right. It's affecting many of our reactions. But the earlier we woke up to reality, the better. One, when I met Tinubu was talking Bala, and he couldn't have said he was going to solve the problem because he was one who brought Buhari. So clearly, and the solution to Buhari from it's not from the north. Did not do 8 years. Did anybody that was doing anything? But East West has not woken up to the reality that is biting us in the nose. Yeah. Because those who have left before, who he was commissioner, he was deputy governor, he was acting governor, he was governor. So what are you looking for? What they call experience is what companies are setting with no bad record. I am in service. And where it is. So why did anybody not ask Kapila that they see the fact that being a career politician, 40 years, and that is what people should focus on. And that is the tradition of SDP.
Thank you.
We always go out to look for professionals who have a track record in professional life and who have you don't tell God where to get the blessing from. God bless and give from every sector.
Thank you so much. Walk away from here. Thank you so much. Apprehension going first off. Let me thank you. I think going forward.
Thank you.
We get to cross the bridge together. That was Prince Adewale Adebayo. The 2023 he will do things differently. Let's get on here. It's Nation for the African Cup of Nations had released the official team list. We still wait for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Join us, Wole Adebayo, the 2023 SDP presidential candidate, for joining us on the show today. Tomorrow, it's going to be another day as the Chief Press Secretary to the Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Yinka Oyebode, will join us on the show to take us through the 6-pillar development agenda